Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I mostly just got a lot of rest. But I want to take this time while we're preparing our little space here to remind you guys how grateful I am for your support. Each and every one of you who subscribed are my MVPs. This is my main source of income. So I am very, very grateful for your support. It means everything to me. But of course, I'm also grateful to those of you who comment, who react, who take the time to send stars and share my posts and do everything you can to make an impact on my business and my day. Oh, I just realized the light is off. I am very, very grateful for each and every one of you as well. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and, hold on, there we go. Okay, sorry. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started. What is the message for today's collective? And depending on how many come out, it'll be, whether it'll be a series or whether it'll be an individual reading. So you know how these cards work. What is the energy for today's collective? The energy for today's collective. Come on. It's taking a long time to tell me. It's the energy for today's collective. Oh, there we go. Okay. The Vow. Sounds like a movie. The Ring. And the Mirror. Damn. Okay. Well, that is interesting. Let's see what the overall energy is. The Desert. Okay, so we're going to put the Desert as basically the energy for the overall. This is going to be a three-parter then. So let's start by looking at the Desert first. And then we're going to look at the Vow, do that collective, and then part 2, part 3. Y'all know how this goes. Okay, so let's see. The Desert is number 37. 37. Okay, so if I can't get it. Okay, sorry about the mess. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert is alive and pulsing with energy despite its desolate appearance. Turn towards it rather than, excuse me, I got hiccups, away from it. When in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. When light, surreal, strange, unexpected visions, silence. When dark, drying, deadening, disorienting, isolating. If you wish to go deeper, Frank Herbert's Dune, Barry Lopez's Desert Notes, or Edward Abbey's Desert Solitaire. Okay, so this is the overall message, okay? Now, let's look at the Vow. The Vow is number Is the L 44? I forget. I think so. The vow. So this one represents the promise, the oath, the contract. Anytime the energy of the vow is present, we are in the archetypal realm of ceremony and ritual. That means time stands still and anything is possible. Think of the last promise you made. Was it to yourself or another? Has it been upheld or broken? When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. When light, bearing witness to the shift towards destiny. When dark, unconscious vows, unkept promises, messy karma. To go deeper, learn the yamas, the 5 vows of the seeker. Wow. Okay. So, let's see. Tell me about the vow. Tell me about the vow. We start with the Hierophant. The 9 of Pentacles. The Tower. The Hermit. The 7 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles. With the overall energy being the Knight of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, Star. So today's collective is basically going to be focusing on a vow that was spoken and the person that made the vow underestimated the bind that they were making. They underestimated just how tied up they would be with this vow. So, I mean, with the vow and the ring, I kind of already had an idea this would be about somebody's marriage or commitment. And the Hierophant came out, so it's just kind of confirming that. But with the Knight of Wands, I really feel like someone did this on impulse. Well, think of it like this. It was like they were in the throes of emotion. Knight of Wands is someone who's passionate, right? So they were passionate about something. Maybe they saw an injustice being done. Maybe they wanted to protect someone, because Knight of Wands can also be like a very heroic figure. And I'm seeing all this like a hero coming in. So they thought that they were helping someone, but 3 of Swords following beneath it, this person didn't realize the heartbreak that they would cause themselves with this promise, with this vow. I feel, okay, this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this person made this vow because this is what they thought their life was. So for example, if this is somebody who, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say this is a person who saw a puppy being abused, and this person jumps in, and the person now has to take responsibility for this puppy, right? And maybe they didn't realize that this would get them kicked out of their apartment, because maybe their apartment didn't accept pets, and it would get them, like, it created a lot more trouble for them without them realizing it, because they did it with the sense of, this is what I like. it's not that it was the right thing, because it's more passion, it's more out of emotion, but it's leading to their heartbreak, because with the Three of Wands, they didn't realize what was coming in their future. They came across something they really want. So let's continue the example of the puppy, right? So let's say that somebody had dreamt of their dream home or their dream place to live, and then that complex doesn't take animals. Now it's conflicting with what they wanted, right? So if we look at the rest of the spread, the Hierophant clearly indicates marriage, but then right after it, we get Nine of Pentacles, which is somebody who's single, somebody who's, independent. So this person led a very, they loved their life. They were somebody who was very independent. They were somebody who was, they lived a life of luxury, and they made this vow in the moment of like taking responsibility for something or someone. And that disrupted everything. It changed their... I'm not going to say this person spoke casually, because I really don't think that they did. Their whole heart was in it, but they didn't realize the repercussions this would have, how much this would bind them. And with the Hermit, especially because we're following the desert, right? I feel like they cut themselves off from something. They feel very alone, very, like they're in the middle of a desert. They're parched, they're thirsty, they're hungry. They feel like they're, imagine, I'm getting this scenario in my head of someone who's like on their last legs, crawling through the desert because they're looking for that next cup of water. But they're very alone. They feel like they're this close to giving up. The Seven of Pentacles, they are blaming themselves though, because with Seven of Pentacles, it's you reap what you sow, right? This is their harvest. They do not like this harvest. So I feel almost like this Ace of Pentacles. I don't know why. I don't know why this little circle feels like the universe is opening a way out. Interesting. Let's see what that means. Tell me about the Hierophant. Got the Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Queen of Cups. Ten of Wands. Look, all that burden, responsibility. Telling you, this person thought that they were saving somebody. They were like being a hero to somebody. I'm gonna say it's this Queen of Cups. This feels like a marriage. I'm just gonna go with it. Feels like somebody got married to protect someone, to help someone. But they were being lied to. They didn't realize that this is somebody who is very manipulative. This is somebody who wanted to... okay, this is going to be a little brutal, but they wanted to latch on to them. That's what I'm getting. They did not realize that the person that they were helping was actually deceiving them. So this is kind of like, so lately I've been really into Korean dramas. You guys know the past few years, I love Korean and Asian Chinese dramas. And I've seen and these dramas are really dramatic. So they'll do things like where they're trying to set the guy up as the hero. So they'll fake somebody robbing them, or they'll fake somebody being mean to them so that the guy can step in and be the hero. That's what I'm getting here. Somebody was acting the victim. They were being manipulative. Now, I don't think that their intentions were completely dishonorable, because the queen is still upright. So I feel like they just felt like, I have to let this person feel like they're saving me so that it's almost like this person had the intention of, I just want to get close to them. And once I'm close to them, then they'll fall in love with me for real, for real. Clarify Nine of Pentacles. See, Nine of Pentacles again. Five of Wands. And Death. Oh. With the Nine of Cups, Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. I think this Queen of Cups had tried to get them, well, maybe not tried to get them, but there was something that this queen knew. This person was very resistant to changing their lifestyle. This is somebody who, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. They loved their life. They loved how they lived. And they weren't going to trade that very soon for anything. But the only way that this person could get them into a relationship and get them, in their mind, to get them to fall in love with them is they had to make this person want to change their status. And the only way they could do that is presenting themselves as some sort of victim that needed a savior. And then that shifted things. That made this person want to help. Huh. Tell me about the Tower. Six of Swords. The Empress. Nine of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Hermit. Oh. Okay. I misread this. I thought the Tower was the relationship that they got into, the commitment that they got into, ruining their single life. But no. The disruption was the Empress. So this person, whoever the hero is, whoever made the vow out of a sense of duty or obligation or trying to protect somebody, that's why they're sitting here like, oh my God, I did this to myself. Nine of Swords, this person is in the middle of a lot of anxiety. They might have Virgo energy. The Hermit came out twice. Nine of Swords. Let's be real. Anxiety is a very strong mercurial thing. Gemini, Virgo, or people who have strong Mercury energy, they really deal with anxiety a lot. Doesn't have to be. But this person, they didn't expect to meet an Empress. That was what they didn't see coming. When these two made this pact or this deal or this vow, what they didn't realize was that in the future they would come across an Empress. Almost like this feels like a mythical being. This person didn't believe that this type of feminine existed. So when they met this Empress, that was a wish come true. But by then, the circumstances were such that they couldn't do anything about it. And that's what had them in this state of now they feel like they're devastated, but they're also, that's the desert. Like now knowing the Empress represents like this fountain of water. Let's put it that way. This ever flowing fountain of fresh, crisp, clear water. And they can't access it now because they made a vow to someone else. That's why they feel like they're in the desert. That's why they feel parched, because this is the source of energy that they want. Not like they're sucking her energy, but they want to be near her. They want to be around her. Without her, they feel lonely and a lot of emotions, a lot of regret, sorrow, depression, possibly. Clarify the Hermit. The Lovers, the Six of Cups. Ace of Wands, yeah. The Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the World. See, and the thing is, with the High Priestess, there's also a secret. They never told this Empress this. They never explained this. But they do regret being, look, the Knight of Wands. Because that was the overall energy, right? That was them coming in, riding in to be the hero. They regret that. They wish that they could close the cycle. They want to walk away. So they've been thinking. With the Hermit, they've been thinking and thinking and thinking how they can free themselves. Because this vow that they made is now a shackle on them. This is what they feel like. It's not that they regret helping, they regret going this far to help. That's what they regret. Because now they found the person that they want to walk life with. They truly want to grow old with. And in Spanish, when this card came out, or when I saw this card, I heard Vivo de los Recuerdos, which means I live off of the memories. This is what remember, the cups is what they're in the desert away from, right? And the cups are now connected to the empress. And this is paired up with this because I feel like, again, there's a hand reaching out from the clouds, handing them an idea. Divinity is inspiring them. Divinity is giving them a way out. Let's see, tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, the devil. Jesus. Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. King of Swords. Look, I'm telling you, Ace of Pentacles twice. The Page of Swords, Judgment, Page of Wands. So, Divinity is inspiring this person, which interestingly enough, they don't show up in night energy anymore. They've grown up. They're a King of Swords now. Because before they were somebody who was impulsive, who was driven by this inner fire. And now they're like, yeah, the old me was a little stupid. The old me was a little impulsive. Now they've become this King of Swords. They think things through now. So part of what I'm getting with this Page of Swords is that part of the inspiration they're receiving is to watch this Queen of Cups. I'm not sure why that's going to help them. There's something that they're meant to do, some sort of judgment call they're supposed to make. But with the Page of Wands, this is going to make them uncomfortable. Page of Wands, it's something out of their comfort zone. Well, it's not really telling us what it is, because it's a collective. Partially because this person they want to really be the person that does the right thing. King of Swords is the guy. He's the guy that does the right thing. He's the one that follows the rules because he makes them. He doesn't want to be a hypocrite. So he has bound himself, heart and soul, because he's so determined to do the right thing. And yet I keep saying he because he's showing up as a king. This could be, remember, it's not about genders. But this person is just, they're really depressed. With the Ace of Pentacles, though, I really feel like Divinity is giving them a way out. But it's almost like they're so... This person does not stop blaming themselves. They just continue with the whole, you brought this on yourself. Like they don't realize how much they're talking down to themselves, because to them, this is just, well, I did it. This is me taking accountability. But they're really talking down to themselves, because I feel like themselves calling themselves an idiot, calling themselves different names, because they genuinely feel like, why did you do this? Why did you go this far? You could have helped without going this far. With the Eight of Pentacles here, I really feel like their daily life is very much like a desert. Like they feel, imagine somebody who's been in the desert, and think about how long this person has been in this vow. As long as they've been in this vow, that's how long they've been in the desert. So they're forcing themselves to stay because it's almost like they feel like they deserve it. They're punishing themselves. That's why the devil's here, because nobody can get them out of it unless they free themselves first. And part of what I think that they need to start getting comfortable with the Page of Wands is possibly not fulfilling this vow. That's part of what they need to get comfortable with, because they keep showing up as King of Swords like, no, I have to. I said it, now I have to do it. I already invested. Might as well, even if I hate my life. But Divinity's like, you might want to start thinking about the fact that not every vow needs to be fulfilled. So for example, I've been married before, right? I got married when I was 23. 4 years in, I was miserable. I left. And I left because I knew that if I continued in that marriage, I would be breaking my oath in multiple ways, because I was this close to having an affair. So I had an emotional affair, and I knew that if I stayed, it would get worse, because I was unhappy, and I was thirsty. I was thirsty for attention, for love, for affection, and we just weren't getting along, right? I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying we weren't compatible. So I left because if I had stayed, I would have continued breaking the vow in other ways. So this person may not realize they're very rigid. King of Swords can be very rigid in following something down to the letter without really thinking about the principle or the essence of what they're following, right? So for example, this would be somebody who's like, if they catch somebody with, I don't know, a gram of weed, I don't know how you measure weed, whatever, how they measure weed, ounce, gram, pound, whatever, they would arrest them regardless of how that would affect that person's future, and maybe it wasn't even theirs. It's like this person is all about following it down to the letter without really giving a little bit of flexibility. So that might be what the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands are here for. They want the divinity wants this person to start being a little bit more flexible in their mentality, which is going to make this person uncomfortable, but they're also like, well, this is the only way that you're going to get out of this, because you keep thinking that once you made that vow, you're here for life. And I'm here to tell you, no, some vows can be broken. Some vows can be said, okay, I feel like I completed it as best as I could up until now. If you think about it, every job you've ever had, you make vows to work there forever. And have you worked there forever? Most likely not. You break contracts, and that's just natural. Clarify Ace of Pentacles. Not every contract is going to last forever. Clarify Ace of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Four of Wands. The High Priestess, the Sun, the Four of Swords. I see. So divinity is trying to get this person in touch with their divine feminine within them, not outside of them. The divine feminine within them. They're trying to shed some light on what this person intuitively knows, but could be denying. They're trying to get this person to heal. And it's healing because this person is very much in the mentality of, I made a promise to this other person, I have to fulfill it, even if I feel like my life is falling apart, even if I feel miserable. So with the Queen of Pentacles, this is them. This is divinity trying to awaken the Queen of Pentacles within them. Because the Queen of Pentacles, at her highest vibration, at her highest frequency, yes, she is a nurturer, she is loving, but she takes care of herself first. She's practical. She's down to earth. She's not like the Queen of Cups or, where she's all over giving. No. Queen of Pentacles knows how to give, but when she's in her right frequency, she does not overgive. She knows her limits. She knows that she needs to nurture herself first before she can give to others. So the universe is trying to awaken this within this person of like, you're so concerned about somebody else's well-being, which is great, but what about yours? You're sitting here on your last leg. You're a wounded warrior for, I don't know how long they've been in this, possibly 7 years, 7 months in this desert. But they're like, you're forcing yourself to live a life, a relationship with someone that you're clearly putting yourself through hell. For what? Exactly. You can follow a vow without putting yourself in this place. That's what boundaries are for, right? You can help someone without depleting yourself. And that's what divinity is trying to awaken within this person. This knowledge, this acknowledgement that it's okay to help others, but don't overlook yourself. So let's go ahead and move to part 2. Let's look at the ring, and then we'll get some more details on the story. Okay, so I will see you guys on part